The review of the compliance manual is permanent. It's always ongoing. So there was another manual due in any case. But as part of the process triggered by this inquiry, we have had an independent external inquiry into ITN's journalistic practices, and some of the findings of that will feature in the new compliance manual, which in fact is out in the last few weeks.
Did the inquiry to which you just adverted, did that investigate whether or not there has been phone hacking at Channel 4?
Yeah, specifically so, and a range of other matters too. And the outcome, of course, as you may expect, was that there was no evidence of any phone hacking, blagging, payment to police, or any of the other practices which has been concerning this inquiry.
And looking at your procedures and practices, I note that there is a section on surveillance and the law. It reads, using surveillance techniques such as telephone tapping, radio receivers, listening devices or intercepting emails to carry out an investigation can amount to a criminal offence and should be avoided. Is that a recent addition to your procedures, or is that one that's been on the books for some time?
Such a guideline was in the previous manual, already existing throughout the entire period we're talking about here, through the hacking scandal. It's now been slightly altered, but that explicit reference to that means of unethical, those means of unethical information gathering has been there for some time.
You said, did I gather that you're about to introduce a new version?
It has just, a new compliance manual has just been issued to all ITN staff.
Would it be possible for us to see the extent to which you've made changes?
Of course.
Because that might help inform us
of course.
About other things.
In fact, I think some conversations have already taken place and that will be provided.
Thank you.
You go on to explain a little bit about how things work in practice, and first of all, about your approach to sources. You say it's rare for Channel 4 to broadcast a story where you rely solely upon information given to you by a source, whether on or off the record, where the information is not accompanied by a video, interview or document. Is that because of the risk of inaccuracy?
Well, there's that, but there's got a number of issues there. Yes, there's a risk of inaccuracy, but also we're in the business of television, so ideally it's not just purely information. That's one aspect of it, it's something to show on television journalism, but also if it's very serious claims or allegations being made by a confidential source, that would raise issues about the provenance, the motivation, the integrity of the source, which would trigger a whole series of questionings and procedures around that to make sure it stood up, frankly.